Good morning, everyone. My name is Chelsea Mann, I'm a signature artist with the Wella Company, and I'm coming to you today from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada, and I'm very excited to be here today to share my easy, quick, get the kids to school, and to the bus on time hairstyles. This is my model, and I'm sure that you guys can see. This is Clara, and she's my daughter. And we're going to talk about everything back to school hairstyles today, because it's the best time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
They say that song, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, is a Christmas song, but in our house, it's a back to school song. So we're very excited to be here today, aren't we? Yeah. Clara's a little bit nervous, so hopefully we can sort of get through this and, we can work it all out. Hello, everybody in the comments. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Wella Education, for having us. And thank you, all of you, for spending your time with us today. So I'm going to do my best to watch the comments. Hola! I'm going to do my best to watch the comments for questions, guys. If you have them, please ask them. I will do my best. I know that there's a few of my colleagues that are going to be in and out of the comments as well. Hey, Dallas! There's a few of our colleagues that are going to be in the comments as well. So if you guys have questions, please throw them into the comments, throw them into the question cards, and we will do our best, okay? So I know in our house, back to school is an exciting time, and they're saying they love your hair. You can see it in the comments on the bottom there. They love your color. And back to school is an exciting time for us, but it's also a stressful time. We go through the summer, and, we know that this summer has been a little bit different, and a little bit more stressful, a little bit more unsure than others in the past. But I hope that you guys have been able to enjoy your summer the way that we have. In Alberta, we only get a tiny little bit of summer. So we've been camping and out and about and all of that. Hello, Chile. There's somebody watching from South America, Clara. In Pakistan, there you go. So for us, back to school is a welcome time. It's a little bit of a time where we're, it sucks that, we can't spend as much time together, but Clara's looking forward to it. But one of the things that I find as a mom and as a hairstylist and as an educator, Clara does a lot of different activities, and we're always very busy. We're go, go, go. So in the morning, we try to spend as much time together as we can. We try to eat breakfast as a family. We try to do the things that we can do to spend time together in the morning. Now, sometimes that translates to, when we do get up, I think, oh my goodness, it's already 8 o'clock. We have to get to the bus. We have to get to school. We have to do all of these things. And then I look at Clara and I say, hey, Clara, go upstairs and brush your hair. We need you to brush your hair. But then she says, Mom, can you braid my hair? Mom, can you do this? Mom, can you do that? And I look up the street and the bus is bumping towards us, right? So I find that while parent life and, I'm a working mom, I know some of you are working parents as well. A lot of you are working parents as well. The morning can be a busy time trying to get our kids off to school. So I'm hoping to make that a little bit easier for you guys today. I'm going to show you a few things. I am going to talk about her color. So those of you in the comments that are being so generous with your love, we see you. Thank you so much. I am going to talk about her color shortly. So stay tuned for that. But yes, like I said, guys, I'm a mom, I'm a dog mom, I'm a business owner, I'm a working mom, and we need to get these kids to school on time with their breakfast in their bellies and their hair good to go so that they can do the things that they want to do. Now, I'll tell you too, for those of you that have active kids, one of the themes that I'm going to talk a lot about today is making sure that her hair is out of her face, making sure that, Clara's almost 9, so she's really starting to want to make sure that, her hair looks good all the time and that, she is paying a little bit more attention to how she's presenting herself. So we want to give her those styles, but I also want to make sure that, Clara's a competitive gymnast, so she doesn't really walk or run anywhere anymore. She only flips, right? Yeah. So we need to make sure that what we're doing to her hair is stylish. It's fast and easy to get out of the house in the morning, but it's also going to stay in her hair, okay? So I think the first thing that we're going to talk about today is a little bit of product, okay? So one of the things that I find with Clara's hair is her hair gets very, very tangly, okay? So those of you that have kids, you know this. And I just wanted to say one of the things that I love to prep Clara's hair with is this. This is our Elements leave-in conditioning spray. Okay, Clara has one of these in her swimming bag. We have them floating around our house as well. Okay, if you guys haven't used our Elements line, okay, check it out. This is a really, really great detangling spray. It's sulfate-free, paraben-free, and artificial dye-free. So it's a really great spray to put into her hair to help detangle it. But it's also, as a mom, I can feel good about putting this into her hair. Okay, so check that one out, Elements. I prepped Clara's hair with that today. Okay, so the first style that I wanted to do today is our very easy one. Now, I'll warn you guys, we're going to do some braiding today. We're going to add some accessories. It's going to be kind of fun. But I'll tell you, none of these styles, unless I was doing Clara's hair with for gymnastics, I wouldn't put pressure on myself to have it be perfect and shiny and smooth all the time. I like, her hair to look a little bit more messy and lived in rather than her being, all put together all the time. It's not going to last anyway, right? Like her being put together, not when she's always flipping off of monkey bars and things. So I like her hair to look a little bit undone, okay? So I'll show you guys here. I talked to Clara about this, about not having to look at herself in the camera all the time. So she'll do her best. So hopefully that lighting's pretty good there. So all I did here, guys, is a simple, part down the middle, and I did a simple inside out French braid or Dutch braid. Okay, I really like clear elastics. You can't see them. Okay, well, there's an elastic on there, but they're not as visible. The other thing that I really like to use for this is colored elastics. So sometimes you can do colored elastics that make it look really cute as well. Okay, so very simple inside out French braid, Dutch braid. I'm not going to bore you guys with how to braid. Okay, a simple 3-strand braid. Instead of going over, we went under. I like to do it with my hands like this and hold the hair in my pinky fingers as I move underneath. Now, how we're going to make this braid special, okay? Because this braiding, guys, is a pretty easy way to, have a quick style that looks cute, looks nice, and is easy to get your kids out of the house. But how about if we maybe had a nice braid like this where, I can braid Clara's hair like this while she's eating breakfast, right? I'm usually a coffee in the morning kind of mom. So if I braided Clara's hair like this while she's eating breakfast, maybe she's still got a mouthful of, she likes yogurt parfaits in the morning. So maybe she's still got a few mouthfuls of that left. What can I do to maybe jazz up this braid? Okay. One of the things I like to do, and I'm just going to turn this off because it's shining in my face. You guys can still see that, I imagine. Let me know in the comments if you prefer my light on. So one of the things I like to do to jazz this up, guys, is I like to maybe put flowers in it. I like to maybe add some other accessories, which I'll talk about in a second. But one of my favorite tools to use is this, okay? Now, never mind the string attached to it. I'll talk about that in a second. This is called a needle threader, okay? So I'm a sewer. I like to quilt, which I know is random conversation for another day. But this is a needle threader, okay? Now, you can get hooks that look like this at your beauty supply shop that are made of metal, that are sort of a hook that's, oh, thanks, Rochelle, appreciate it, that are a hook that are metal, and they're for sewing in weaves. Now, the reason, I have one of those as well, the reason I don't like to use it on Clara is because I don't want to accidentally stab her, or, I don't want anything like that to happen. So this is a needle threader that I use in sewing. You can get them at any of your craft stores or sewing stores, okay? What I did was I took some embroidery thread. I chose red, but I have it in a bajillion different colors. Yeah, there you go, baby, look. And what I did was I tied it onto the loop end, okay? So now what I'm going to do, you sit back for me, sweet girl. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this end of it. Now this is blunt, it's not going to hurt her, okay? So if you have kids that can't sit still, this is a good option as well. And I'm just going to feed it through one of the knots here. Now you can see, just tilt that way for me, sweet girl. You can see right there that I've already also braided a piece of the embroidery thread into this braid, which is also something that you can do. If you know how to do in-feed braids or feeding braiding hair into braids, you can do that with any sort of thread, or sometimes I also do it with, I like leather cord as well, okay? I just didn't want to use that one because it wouldn't show up on camera, okay? But you could do it with any number of those sorts of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this through, okay? Now, when I get to the end here, you good, baby? When I get to the end here, I'm just going to tie this onto this knot. Now, this will come out very easily later, okay? So we don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to tie this on. This is also really great for gymnasts or dancers, people who maybe have uniforms that are specific colors and they want to have color in there, right? So I'm going to tie that on there. Now it's on there, right? We're good, okay? I'm just going to let that hang. And then what I'm going to do is just open this braid up a little bit. I really like to have my braids be nice and big and open, right? So I'm just going to hold on to the end of the braid and I'm going to pinch and pull, just opening up that braid. You can start to see some of the thread that I put in there earlier. Pinch and pull. Okay? We're just going to open that braid up a little bit, make it nice and big and full. Okay? And then I'm going to go back and sew through that embroidery thread. Now, again, guys, this is, when I'm teaching this, it's going to go pretty slow, but if I did this full speed, it would be quite fast. Okay? So you guys can see how that braid opened up a little bit. Now, I'm going to go back to my needle, and I'm just going to take it on sort of one knot on one side and one knot on the other, and I'm going to pull it through. Okay? I'm just going to get you to lean that way for me, sweet girl. And now I'm going to skip down one, and I'm going to pull it through. It's not an exact science, guys. We just want to be able to see that embroidery thread there. Okay? Pull it through. You guys can really see how this is coming together, right? Now, I'm just going to do this sort of on random knots as we go through. If you guys want to knot it through to put it through every knot on your braid, you can. I like to do it like this, so it just sort of goes through the braid. But if you wanted to have it, just on one side or do two colors, one on either side, you can do that, okay? So I'm just going to work my way down here. And you guys can see, this isn't supposed to be an exact science. We're just trying to weave a bit of color through here. Now, as I start to move away from her scalp here, there we go. As I start to move away from her scalp, I'm going to go over and underneath the knots of the braids just to make sure we can hide it, right? Back through my last knot here, and I like to try to put it through the elastic, although it doesn't always work with these bendy ones, which of course it's not going to do it while I'm live. Once I get down to the end like that, we can wrap it like this, and then we're going to just tie it back onto itself here. Okay, I'm just going to tie it back onto that last end of my embroidery thread. Okay, now if you wanted to do it with another color, you could also have doubled up the embroidery thread to get even more color. It's really sort of endless, your possibilities, but I really wanted to show you guys, just gonna cut this off so I can show you again. I really wanted to show you guys this tool. Like I said, this is a needle threader from a quilting store or a sewing store, see? And you guys can totally use this to weave in and out of kids' hair for braids, things like that, just so that you don't poke them. Okay? And another pro tip, guys, don't use your, this goes without saying, but I feel like I need to say it. Don't use your hairdressing shears to cut your embroidery thread. Use regular shears. Okay? Sounds good, Clara? Uh-huh. Now, I'm going to get you to sit straight for me. You can sit crisscross applesauce if you want. Now, the other thing that I like to do with braids like this, guys, is I like to have other accessories. So these are little, right? These are little studs, okay? Now, these ones are just on a piece of paper. I got these at Michael's, okay? And they just stick on here, right? So you could just take them off. That one obviously didn't come off cleanly. You can just take them off. Look down a little bit for me. And we could stick them onto the knots of the braids, right? Wow. Okay? I could do that all the way down. Look straight down again for me, sweet girl. I've got a couple of different colors here.
Which ones?
These ones were the gold ones. Okay, now we could do that all the way down the braid if we wanted to, okay? And those are easy. And really, guys, is she gonna flip off the monkey bars and some of them are gonna fall off? Totally, but that's okay. It is what it is, right? I don't know about you guys and your kids, but Clara always comes home and she's disheveled and dirty and skin knees. I feel like that's a mark of having a fun day, right? Yeah, okay. So next up, guys, let's talk a little bit about Clara's color. I know a lot of you, and I'm going to talk about that just while I'm taking this out so I can demo another look for you. Now, Clara, I'm going to get you to hold this up for me. There you go. Okay, so this is our Color Charm Paints book, okay? And I'll tell you guys, I am in love with these Color Charm paints, okay? The reason that I love them, okay, so Color Charm paints, so the meat and potatoes of it, I know everybody wants to know this stuff. Color Charm paints are up to 20 washes. They're semi-permanent, guys, so they go straight from the tube onto the hair, okay? Like I said, up to 20 washes. They're tone-on-tone fading, meaning as they fade, they're not going to turn weird colors, right? They will turn, the pink will be a lighter pink, and the purple will turn a lighter purple until eventually, I guess if you leave them for long enough, they'll just fade away. But they are semi-permanent. They fade tone on tone up to 20 washes. And I know all of my educators that are watching, Jay, I see you. They love this part as well. That they are foil free. You don't have to use foils with these. Okay. So when I did Clara's hair, with these paints, we didn't have to use foils. Now, some of you that follow me on Instagram at chelsea.wella will see I posted a picture the other day of Clara with foils in her hair. Those were the foils that I was using to lighten her hair. But once she was ready to have the colors put in, the paints put in, it didn't need foil. So it was so nice to be able to just, you know, put the color in and not worry about it. Okay, so Claire, I'm going to get you to open that book up so everybody can see what's inside it.
Can you put my hair all down because then they can see it?
They will see. You're so good at this. Yes, absolutely. So this is your shade range. I'm just going to take this from you real quick. So we're going to leave that one in for now. So this is our shade range, guys, okay, with our Color Charm paints. Nice selection of colors that you guys can totally mix and match, okay? Really, really beautiful, easy to use shade range. And from an application standpoint, I'm gonna get you to hold that for me. From an application standpoint, guys, they went on really nice and even, nice and smooth, easy to use colors, okay? So Clara's got here our Wild Orchid, okay? In the front here, she's got a shade called Strawberry. Maybe I'll turn this back on, let you guys see it. There we go. This shade in the front is called Strawberry. This one to the side here is called Teal, Wild Orchid, and then she's also got, Clara's a purple fan, so she's also got another purple in there, okay? And big thanks to Rochelle at our Wella office for sending those to me. You say thank you to Rochelle?
Thank you.
So yes, this is what we have. So I did also lighten her hair when we were doing her lightening step with our beautiful new Blonde Oraplex lightener. This, if you guys haven't tried this, run out to your distributor and grab some like as soon as I'm done. This stuff is really, really great. It's our Blonde or Multi-Blonde powder with our Wellaplex #1 technology built right in, okay? So when I'm lightening Clara's hair, I don't want to do anything aggressive. It's not my style as a colorist anyway. I like, to do things low and slow and, take it easy, right? So you're good, it's okay. So when it comes to Blonde Oraplex, it's such a beautiful lightener, but it also makes me, feel better about lightening her hair. I want, having a mom that's a hairdresser, she's probably going to have a lot of color in her hair through her life, and we need to make sure that we protect it as we go, and Blonde Oraplex is such a beautiful partner for that. I mixed it 1 to 1.5 with our Welloxin Perfect Developer 10 ball. And then afterwards, I did our Wellaplex step 2, and then she was toned with our beautiful Color Charm paints. Can you hold that up one more time for me, baby?
Where's the other purple, though?
They're both in there. I'll show you afterwards. Can you show them the cover? The front part of it?
Oh.
Yay! Okay, so that's what her color was, guys. If you guys need to hear that again, or you want to see a full step-by-step, I'm going to post on @chelsea.wella. I'm going to post my time-lapse video of her lightning application. I'll put the formulas in the comments, okay? So you guys can reach out to me on Instagram at any time. All right, Claire, I'm going to take that from you, okay? So the next what we're going to do is we're going to talk about bubble braids. Now, I'm going to get you to sit back, sweet girl. When I was doing research for this live, I thought, this is going to be a lot of braids, which is fine, guys. Braids are easy things to do. They're very easy and quick things that we can do. When my daughter was born, one of the first things that I did was I taught my husband how to braid. Okay, so now he can braid her hair as well. Does he do it as well as I do it?
No, not really.
No, not really. Sit back for me, sweet girl. But I taught him how to braid. So it really is one of those things that a lot of people can learn how to do. But leveling up your braids is another whole animal. Okay, so let me show you a way that we can level up with bubble braids. So I'm going to get you to hold that, sweet baby.
Kind of, though.
Thank you so much. Now, I'm just going to get this stud off my chair. There we go. I'm going to get you to lift up for me. Now, what we're going to do with bubble braids, again, I've got this divided down the middle. I'm only going to do half of it, guys, because there's still another 1, maybe 2 looks I want to show you. But when, the reason I put it down the middle is because it's easy for Instagram, but if your child parts their hair on the side, Clara actually does part her hair on the side. Or if you want to do it with a different parting, you can totally feel free to do that as well, okay? So one of the first things I like to do is I like to prep hair when I'm doing stuff like this with this product. This is called Dry Me from our iMe range. It's a really beautiful, lightweight, dry shampoo, okay? Now, a lot of people like to say, oh, when we're doing dry shampoo, it's going to absorb the oil, and I always put it in my hair when my hair is greasy, and it gives me an extra day. That's awesome if that's how you use your dry shampoo. Pro tip, guys, put this in your hair when it's clean, okay? I only wash my hair once, maybe twice a week, okay? Which I have a lot of hair, guys. My hair has been like this a long time. I don't have an oily scalp, so my hair never really looks oily. You too, right? So I only wash my hair once a week, so dry shampoo is my friend. I use this one. I also really like Dry Clean Only from Sebastian. But if you put it in your hair when it's clean, or you advise your clients to put it in their hair when it's clean, that's really how you start to train your scalp or get your hair used to not being washed as much, is never really allowing it to get oily, rather than waiting until it's oily and trying to get a dry shampoo to fix it, okay? In this scenario, I really like, I'm just gonna get you to look up, and I'm gonna take your glasses from you, just so they don't end up with dry shampoo all over them. I really like to prep hair when I'm doing styles like this with dry shampoo, because it just gives me a little bit of grippiness, right? Clara's hair is very healthy. Thank you, Blondarplex. So, you know, it's very slippy. So when I'm trying to style it, especially in styles that I want to make sure last all day, you know, it's hard. So, sorry, baby. It's hard sometimes, right? So I like to prep it with my Dry Me. Yes, to maybe give her an extra day out of it, but also to be able to have her style stay put, right? So that's our Dry Me from our I Me line.
Smells good.
It does smell good, right? Thanks for saying that. Didn't tell her to say that, just for the record.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do now, guys, and you guys will see, this isn't going to be like a color application where I'm like super particular about sectioning. This is supposed to be quick, something I can do while she's eating breakfast. Or, you know, I've done her hair before on the front lawn of the school when we've had to run out the door. Totally fine. I'm just going to get you to lift up for me, baby. So I'm just going to take a section, a triangle section in the front here, okay? I am going to brush it with my beautiful GHD paddle brush, okay? And I'm just going to grab an elastic from you.
Oh.
There we go.
They're weird.
They're just a little bit harder because they're clear. Now, all I'm going to do, guys, is tie this up on the top of her head here, okay? Clara likes her hair pretty tight, okay? But it depends on your kid, okay? So I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'm going to take another sort of random section, but maybe just look down for a bit for me, sweet girl. Maybe just a little bit, like 2.5 or 2 inches there, okay? I'm going to brush this section as well. Sorry. And then I'm going to add this one to it, and I'm going to tie this up, okay? So now I've got 2 elastics on here, okay? Now, once we do that, before I move on to the next section, we're going to do something else, okay? So where the bubble part comes in, guys, is here. So, what are you doing? You trying to see it? Oh.
I can see through the elastic.
For those of you just joining us, Clara wears glasses, so when I take them from her, she can't see anything. I'm just going to get you to tilt this way for me. So this is what we have going on now here, guys. And I'm just going to take this part and pinch and pull to give her a little sort of bubble on top here. Okay, you guys can see that? Okay. Now, same thing. I'm going to get you to look up for me, sweet girl.
Sorry.
It's okay. And I'm going to just take another same thing, like 2, maybe 2.5 inch wide section. Okay, I'll take another elastic band. Okay. And I'm going to tie this one as well. And then we're going to do the same thing, pinch and pull. Okay. Now you guys saw me do this with my Dutch braid earlier. I like her hair to look more sort of intentionally messy and lived in, okay? Sometimes for gymnastics or dance, we have to have it be a little bit more sleek, but usually we're okay with lived in hair. There.
Uh-huh.
Now, right? Now we've got another bubble. Turn this way for me. Okay, so see how we've got the 2 bubbles there, okay? Now, we could do a number of things here, guys. This is what's great about hairstyles like this. Claire Jean, can you look at the camera for me? If I wanted to, I could just leave this down like this, do the other side, and we've got this cute little bubble braid style.
Can I see it?
Yeah, you have to put your glasses back on afterwards, sweetie. Okay? So this is pretty simple, guys. Couple of elastics, couple little bubble braids, a little bit different than a regular braid. We could stop there. We could, sit back for me, sweetie, take a flower and put it in if we wanted to, depending on your kid, right? Depending on what they like and what their style is. I also tend to have feathers in my house, right? I'm very crafty, guys. I have like 50% of the square footage of my house is dedicated to craft. So,
me too.
Right? So you could do a feather if you wanted to, okay? One of my favorite things to do is just to use some decorative clips. So I'm going to get you to hold that for me.
Those are pretty.
Ooh, right? So in this container, we've got gold clips, I've got silver clips, I've got rose gold clips. Now, if you guys head out to your beauty supply or to Michael's, these things are very easy to find, okay? You could add clips to each, sorry baby, to each little bubble, maybe not like that. If you wanted to add clips to your bubbles, you could take a section of your bubble and clip it down like that and have a whole line of clips on the side, okay?
One.
You want to do that one?
And do a bronze one.
Oh, those are rose gold.
Oh.
Let's put this one in here.
They look like bronze.
Right? Now we could, I don't think we're going to put that one in.
Okay.
We could have this all the way down. Can I have that container back? Thank you. But I think one of the best options for this, if your child doesn't want to wear their hair, the back of their hair down, you could continue on and just keep doing bubbles all the way down. Totally fine. But one of the other things you could do is just loosely divide this into 3. Claire, I'm just going to spin you around there, my friend.
Okay.
Okay, divide that into 3 and just loosely braid this. Okay, nothing too crazy or tight. Okay. Claire, I'm going to take another elastic, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're hard to stretch.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's good. That means they'll stay in.
2 of my fingers can't fit in them.
There you go. So once your braid is in like that, again, pinch and pull it apart. So it's a nice big, sort of fatter braid. Okay. And then there's your style with your bubble braid into a French braid. The other thing I might do is pinch and pull this into like sort of a third bubble. Okay. And we could do the same thing down the other side. And now, Clara's got a lot of hair because she takes after me. But really, if your child has finer hair as well, and you've always wanted to do cute styles, but you're like, oh, her hair is going to look even finer, do something like this where you're putting a bit of your dry meat in, doing your bubble braids with your pinch and pull. It's really going to make them look like they have thicker hair than they really do. Okay?
Can I see it with my glasses now?
Yeah, here. Tell everybody what you think.
Well, that actually looks good.
You sound surprised. See, it's cute, right?
Wait, I can't see.
Yeah, well, I'll show you afterwards. We'll redo it before you go, okay? So this is our second look with our bubble braids, okay? Now, with our, I want to talk about our products a little bit, guys, before, when you can look that way, sweetie, so that everybody can look at your hair. I just want to talk a little bit about product before I move on to our final look. Okay, so already we've seen our Elements Detangling Spray. We've also seen our Dry Me Dry Shampoo. Okay, what I want you guys to notice about our Eye Me line as well, this is another product that I really like. This is our Glam Mist. Okay, it's a shine spray that's really, really great. Excuse me, especially if you're somebody whose child, again, dances or does gymnastics and their hair needs to be shiny all the time. It's a really great product for that. We've also got our Ocean Spritz, which is a really great salt spray. What you guys will notice here is that our Eye Me line is color coded. Okay, so it's really easy for your clients to self-select them off the shelf. It's really easy for you guys to find the products that you're looking for. They also all have, on the top here, we see our bubbles of our hold factor. So this one's a 2, this one's a 1. Okay, so it makes it really easy for your clients to self-select the products. Eye Me is also really, really great for just being an individual. There's products for everybody in this range. There's texture products, which is our green family. There's shine products, which is our yellow family. There's smoothing products, which is our lavender family. I don't have one of those out here.
What color is that?
It's like a purpley color, like a light purple. So all of these are color coded to be able to for you, in a busy salon, to be able to find the products you're looking for, and for your clients to be able to self-select them off the shelf at the salon. Okay. If you haven't tried our Eye Me line, I encourage you guys to head out and grab some. It's a really well-rounded portfolio and a really great product line to work with. Okay.
Someone asked, can I buy it in the UK?
I know. And I actually don't, thank you for catching that one. I actually don't know the answer to that because I'm coming to you from Canada, but if you want to, it's Little Miss Chanel 38. If you want to reach out to me on Instagram at chelsea.wella, I absolutely can answer that question for you. I just don't know it right this second. But thank you so much for your question, and thank you for catching that one.
You're welcome.
I'm going to get you to sit up big and tall for me one more time like we talked about because we're almost done here. Yeah, crisscross applesauce, please. And hello from Brazil. I totally see you in your flag.
What?
Yeah, there's somebody from Brazil right there. Okay, sit back, and you're doing so great. We're just going to be another couple minutes if you can hang on, okay?
I can.
Thank you so much. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is when your child has something fancy to do. Now, I don't know where my scissors went.
They're over there.
Oh, are they over there? I don't know about you guys, but I find that Clara's school likes to spring things on me.
What does that mean?
They like to tell me at the last minute that tomorrow is crazy hair day, or it's dress up day, or it's Christmas concert day, right? So I find sometimes, you know, as a working busy mom and, you know, all of the other things that I manage to fit into the day, when the school springs things like that on me, it's hard, right? So how to dress up her hair for maybe a random Christmas concert, or, you know, her daycare's having a prom next week.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so excited.
Different conversation for a different time, I guess. But how to dress up her hair in an easy and quick way, right? So I wanted to say, sit back for me. Another way to dress this up, Clara wanted me to put one of her scrunchies in. She brought these down earlier. Another easy way to pop some color into this and dress this up is just to throw a scrunchie in it. And with the bubble braids, I need you to look that way, sweet girl. With the bubble braids, it's super cute because it matches the rest of it, right? Not just in the color in her hair, but if your child doesn't color their hair, that's okay. But the scrunchies match the bubbles as well, okay? So we'll take that one out. And I'm just going to get these elastics out of here, and I will do our last look here. Now, like I said, guys, I would never use my hairdressing shears to cut elastics with. So these are my thread nippers from my sewing room. But I love these little clear elastics because you can't see them. They hang on tight, and they're a dime a dozen. So I really can just clip them out. Okay. So we've got that one side out, and I'm just going to clip out this elastic. Yay. So you guys, I know, because you want everybody to see your hair in its full glory, right? There you go. There's your moment, sweetheart. Okay, so let's talk about dressing your kids' hair up in an easy and quick way when they, you know, first thing in the morning at breakfast tell you, oh, it's daycare prom today, right? So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Clara's hair to part the way it naturally does, which for her is on the side, okay? Her hair usually parts about there. Okay, I'm going to take your glasses off for you. You can have them back afterwards, okay? So her hair usually parts there. And I want you guys to notice, this isn't tool heavy either, okay? I've got my trusty GHD paddle brush here that I use for many, many different things. If you don't have one of these, grab one. They're really, really great. Hey, Argentina.
I can see pink hair stuck in the...
Yeah, it's your hair. But I want you guys to know that this isn't tool heavy. This is something that you guys can do on the fly, okay? So I'm just taking Clara's hair and parting it where it normally parts, okay? Then I'm going to take the back of her hair and I'm just going to loosely divide it into 3 sections, okay? I'm just going to move my camera back here, give you guys a little bit of a better opportunity to see.
Are you doing the braid?
No, you'll see.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of loosely divide this into 3. No tools, no clips. We want this to be fast, right? Okay. So I'm just going to divide it into 3, 1 in the middle, 1 on either side, okay? So I'm going to take, again, one of my clear elastics, and I'm going to put her hair into little ponytails, but I'm not going to pull her ponytails all the way through, okay?
I carry the elastic.
Oh, that's okay, sweetie. I have them on the station there. It's okay.
Okay.
I appreciate it, though, babe.
Okay.
Okay, so look down for me, sweet girl. I'm just going to put these into ponytails, and I'm going to keep them low, okay? So I'm going to put that through 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
and I'm going to go 3, but I'm only going to pull this one through maybe 2/3 of the way, about there. So it hangs like that.
Weird.
Okay, yeah, it's going to feel weird until I get it pinned, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing to the other 2. I'm going to pull it past her ear, okay? I'm going to take an elastic, and I'm going to do the same thing, okay? And I'm going to try to line them up as much as I can, sort of next to each other, but if it's not perfect, that's okay too. Remember that this is supposed to be quick, lived-in hair, nothing too crazy. Okay, pull that one through so it hangs like that. And then I'm going to do my last one here. Okay, now I'm going to grab this one. Can you keep your chin up a little bit for me, sweetie? I'm just going to pay attention to her part here. Make sure that oh, don't touch. Make sure I'm parting it out of her eyes. Make sure I have everything. Now, if you have a child that has some shorter layers around their face, You can also make sure that you leave some hair out is also totally fine, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to try and line it up. Okay. 1, 2, 3 and a half, sort of, or 2/3, okay? So now the back of her hair looks like that. Now, we're not going to, leave it like this. I mean, you could. It's not tragic, but it's not awesome either. Okay, so, but once we get to this point, we're just going to take our bobby pins. I'm just using regular run-of-the-mill bobby pins. Not hairpins, nothing crazy. I know that sometimes we don't have those at home. And I'm just going to take one. I'm going to use my fingers to open it up. Oh, it's hard to see. There we go. Just using my fingers to open it up like that. And I'm just going to stick it into the middle of one of the bobbles. And I'm going to pin it back into the elastic. Okay. I'm going to do that again. And we're just sort of randomly pinning this, guys, so that we can turn these 3 ponytails that we made into a little sort of makeshift chignon.
What's a chignon?
A chignon is a fancy French word for like an updo sort of. Should take that word back to school and ask Madame about it. Okay. Now, we have these little ends hanging out the bottom here. I'm just going to grab them and I'm going to pin them in as well. Okay, I'm going to get you to keep your chin up a little bit for me there, sweet girl. Okay, again, pin, gather, pin in. Now, if you end up with one like that sort of takes too much with it, just open it up with your fingers. Okay, notice I haven't sprayed the hair with anything either, guys. I'm really just working still with my dry shampoo. Okay, but I am going to introduce a spray in a second. Okay, so once I've got most of it sort of pinned in here, I'm just going to pin some of these ends in. If you guys got some little ends that are sort of sticking out like that, that's okay too. Okay, now we're going to get some of these ends pinned in. Okay, now once we're there, I would spin her around and look at it from the front. It's a little wide here. Okay, so maybe we would pin it in, but for time's sake, we're going to leave it like this. Okay, now what we would do, don't touch for me. Oh, I thought you were touching it.
Yeah.
What I would do at this point is I'm going to take my beautiful Stay Firm spray from our IME range, and I'm just going to kind of spray it into place.
Delicious.
Right, that one's not so bad. Look down at me. There we go.
It smells good.
There you go.
Better than the other one.
There, perfect. She's a discerning palate, everybody.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you later. So we're just going to sort of spray that into place. Now, if you notice that you have a few spots that you want to adjust, again, open your pin up, hook it in, and repin. Do you see how that, like just that little movement of opening my pin up, hooking it in, hooking a couple spots, and repinning it just sort of changes how it looks. But yeah, I'll have to show you the back after we're done, okay?
Okay.
But do you guys see how that was like a quick and easy way that we just did a little bit here? You can put your glasses on. We did a little bit of an updo, very easy for when your kid springs things on you in the morning like mine does, right?
It looks like a bun.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a bun, but a little bit fancier, right? So this is something that's easy. And then if she, maybe if they're done their event, in the morning and she wants to pull it out in the afternoon, that's okay too. It's a few pins and a few elastics, and she could do that herself at school. Now, my pièce de résistance for this one is going to be the glitter part, okay? Which I obviously didn't tell her about in advance. If you guys have never done a glitter part for your kids, be prepared to be a hero, okay?
Speaking of glitter.
Yeah, I know, because I got the kit open. So what we're going to do for glitter part, sit back for me. There we go. What we're going to do for glitter part, guys, is we're going to use our Sculpt Force gel from our IME range, okay? It's a stronghold gel, and it's as simple as a container of glitter and some gel, okay? So for this one, we're going to use this really sparkly sort of copper rose gold glitter that I know Clara loves. And I'm going to get you to hold that, but I want you to just hold it very, very still. I don't want to have to vacuum that up later.
So cool.
So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to take a little bit of our gel. I'm going to put it onto my hand, okay? And I'm just going to take some, and I'm going to put it at her part. Now, I'm not trying to, can you look down for me?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it so that there's glitter everywhere. I don't want it everywhere in her hair. I just want it on her part.
It looks like goop.
It kind of does look a bit goopy, that gel, doesn't it? Yeah. But that's okay.
It looks like green goop.
It's what's going to hold the glitter into place.
I thought my hair's not green.
It won't be, don't worry. So I'm going to get you to look down for me. There we go. So once I've got her gel in there, I'm just going to take a little bit of the glitter, just a little pinch of glitter is all we need. Look down again. And I'm just going to sprinkle it onto her part. Now, are you guys going to find glitter in your kid's hair for weeks afterwards? Probably, but it wouldn't be a childhood if we didn't find glitter everywhere, I guess.
Yes.
Right, Clara?
Yes.
So a couple little pinches of glitter here, guys. I'm just putting it right onto the part where I had put the gel in the first place, and I'm moving it around.
Can you put gel over on the other big part?
I think we'll just leave it for that one for now, but we can redo it later.
Can I see?
Okay, so once we get the glitter on, I'm just going to turn the light on so everybody can see. I'm going to get you to look straight down at the floor for me so everybody can see your beautiful glitter part. Okay?
Oh, there's a glitter. I was sitting on a glitter on a last.
Oh, on an elastic. That's okay. Look straight down. So now we've got this awesome glitter part. Look up for me. We've got a beautiful updo, okay, that is, kid-friendly and easy to do, and, is low effort and high impact, okay? So again, for those of you that have active kids, your kids are involved in things and all of that, these are easy things that you can do on the fly. They're easy things to do while your kid's eating breakfast.
I can do it.
I know, Sophie. Just sit still for me for a minute. They're easy things to do while your kid's eating breakfast. They're easy things to do when you're trying to run out the door, okay? And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Do you think they enjoyed it?
Yeah.
I hope so, yes. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Wella Education. Just stop for 1 second, okay? Thank you to Wella Education for having me. Thank you to everybody that sort of helped make this possible. Thank you to my beautiful model, Clara, and to all of my fellow parents who are headed back, whose kids have already gone back to school or are headed back to school. Good luck to you guys, and remember, please, to always wash your hands and take care of each other and choose kindness before anything else, always. If you guys learned anything today, please make sure that you pay it forward, because you are not the owner of your knowledge. You are only the caretaker of it. And if you don't pass it on, it's wasted. Right?
Yeah.
There we go. I will see you guys at Chelsea.Wella, and I hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy. Okay? Love you guys.
Thank you.
You say thank you to her. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.